The Atypical Arts music series returns to the stage with singer, songwriter, and social justice advocate Morley. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's nice to be here with you.
Nice to meet you. We're also joined by Chris Bruce, who's Morley's husband and music mate. Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Thanks for being here. So the two of you are performing tonight at the Episcopal Church of the Good Shepherd in Riverside alongside another superstar, cellist Dave Egger.
Dave
Yes.
Egger, yeah.
Morley, this is your first time returning to Jacksonville, I think, since 2017.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's nice to be back.
It's nice to have you. So what have you been up to?
Well, not much, just the pandemic and the creation of 3 other projects. We have a children's album called Story of the Sky, which is very much focused on our belonging, our interdependence with Mother Earth and each other. And it's a various artist album, has musicians from all over the world talking about our interdependence, called Story of the Sky. I highly recommend it. It is part of curriculum for a few schools now in New York.
Oh, wow.
And it's really great. And a new album on its way called Bloom. And very much excited to share also a song today later on from an album called Borderless Lullabies.
And
Yeah.
you, in addition to releasing records, you're engaged in a lot of conflict resolution work, particularly with teens in conflict zones here and abroad. Tell us a little bit about that work and how you came to that.
Well, most of my work has been through the Auburn Seminary, Theological Seminary in New York, with an organization called Face to Face, Faith to Faith. And we work with youth from Palestine and Israel, Northern Ireland and South Africa. And it's been a couple years since I've been working with them, but now I'm working mostly with survivors of human trafficking. And a lot of people are trafficked as a result of the climate emergency we're in and because of war. So I use art and music as a tool for dialogue facilitation and healing.
And how did that first become something that you were engaged in? It's a difficult line of work.
I think I became engaged in it because it saved my life as a youth, as a young person. I wrote myself back into life every day when I was on my own as a young person in my teens. And later on, when I grew up, I realized I was actually doing art therapy for myself by writing on the side of my sneakers and writing on the back of the bus and paper bags, whatever I could write on. I was writing my feelings, and I was writing myself into the next day. I really believe, like James Baldwin says, when we can describe an emotion, something we're going through, when we can describe that, it no longer has power over us. But if we can't describe what's actually happening within our minds and hearts, it has power over us. And I think it leads to conflict within, conflict in society, in the family, in society, and ultimately conflict in the world. And I think that art and self-expression and collaboration hold a medicine for these times. I'm really happy to be back in Jacksonville to do this show with Dave Egger and Chris Bruce, because we are going to be improvising and collaborating together with everyone in the space as well. The audience is part. It's a share. It's not a show. Audience can lay back and relax and enjoy it, but it really is a welcoming into collaboration.
And people should know you've performed for people like the Dalai Lama and Nelson Mandela. I mean, your work really has brought you into some rarefied spaces.
Yes.
Chris, your musical career has been similarly stunning. I mean, you've toured with Tom Waits, Alanis Morissette, Sheryl Crow, Billy Preston. I mean, it really has been, and I just kind of have a little fanboy freak out just talking to you about some of that. But is that enjoyable? Is that stressful? Is that?
Oh no, I deeply enjoy my work, and I'm just very grateful for the career that I have. Just to be able to work in music and work with the caliber of musicians and artists that I work with is, it's a treasure. Yeah.
And Dave Egger, who's the third part of this trio tonight, he's also played. He's a cellist.
Yeah.
He's played, done arrangements for people like Coldplay and John Legend.
Mm-hmm.
He's a classical prodigy.
Yeah.
So the three of you really are quite a musical triumvirate. I mean, you've just got a lot of skill and praise.
Thank you. I just want to also just say that Dave and Chris and I started the Borderless Lullaby project together as a response to children being separated at the border by ICE. And so that album, Borderless Lullabies, is available online only through Bandcamp. If you type in Borderless Lullabies, you'll find it. Yo-Yo Ma's on it. Meryl Streep is on it.
Yeah.
Liz Wright, Jacqueline Woodson, like so many wonderful artists contributed, and all of the proceeds go to KIND, Kids in Need of Defense. It's a pro bono legal defense fund. All the lawyers go and represent children, unaccompanied minors in court, and help them to reunite with their families.
And so this is really a money to raising money for their legal defense.
Yes, so it's called, I love talking about it, Borderless Lullabies. And Dave Edgar, who was playing with us tonight, the three of us really started the first seeds of that album. It's become a very successful fundraiser, but I have to keep talking about it because it's not on Spotify. It's not on those like kind of standard platforms. It's only on Bandcamp. And the money goes directly to KIND. Like it's great for me, so I don't have to worry about figuring it out at the end of every quarter. It just goes right to them.
Well, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back with a performance from Morley and Chris Bruce. We'll see you on the other side of the break, and we'll have a little tune.
Thank you, love.
Great, thank you.